The name of the band, Biss. Do you remember Biss, Chris?
I do. It was one of the many Mark Storace projects.
Yeah, he guest vocaled on that. The name of the CD is called Face Off.
Good stuff. It sounds better than some of the Crocus stuff, that's for sure.
Well, absolutely. So, yeah, I remember when that came out. It was like 2005 or 6?
Right, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And then he did a Warrior record at some point. He sang, I forget what the album's called, but it's red covers, like When a Man Meets a Woman or something like that. I don't remember what it's called, but it was the band Warrior.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that as well.
Yeah, he fronted that too, so... he had to pay the bills too. Not that he was, not that he should have to, because he's going out on top now. But
yeah, he is going out on top. All right. Well, I'm going to jog your memory a little bit.
Okay.
A year ago in January.
Okay.
So a year and 6 months ago.
Okay.
We did a story on a college that is not far from you. It's about 40, 50 miles to the west of you, Oberlin College.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you recall the story that we did?
No.
We did this story where some of these college students from Oberlin College went to this bakery and they were shoplifting. And
they shoplifted.
Huh?
They shoplifted?
Yeah, they were shoplifting. They were stealing wine and stuff. This bakery, I guess they carried like wine, select wines and things, but it was a bakery.
Okay.
And so they caught them shoplifting. I guess they were black students or something.
Okay.
And the shop owner caught them and then was going to press charges.
Mm-hmm.
And when he did that, it was, well, you're only doing this because you're racist.
You're racist for busting these thieves.
Yeah. And then the college got involved and started boycotting the bakery.
Okay, I do remember
Do you remember that?
Vaguely, yeah.
The college president, I think, had put out like some kind of a newsletter that this bakery was like racist and all this other shit, because Oberlin is a very liberal college.
Yeah, sure.
They were the ones that wanted to change their whole food menu that they served in the cafeteria because it was like cultural appropriation. Like if they were, say, like had tacos one day, they were appropriating Mexican heritage or shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They made a big deal out of every fucking thing.
Right. Okay.
And so basically this bakery that's been in Oberlin, they've been in business since like the 1890s or something like that.
Okay. And
just because of the bad press or the bad publicity that this college was giving them, it caused them to, come under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of fire, and everybody was out there. Well, I won't say everybody, but I'll just say that they were targets of boycotts and, this bakery's racist and they're bigots and they're this and they're that and whatnot. And so, just because they were protecting their property.
Okay. Yeah.
So they took the college to task and they sued them and they won $11 million.
Fuck you, Oberlin.
Yeah, that's what I say.
They won $11 million.
Well, it could get up as high as $33 million because they have not determined the torts yet.
What is that? Just
the punitive damages, rather.
So what is the $11 million? Is
the
that damages?
The $11 million is the money that they won, but they have not determined what the punitive damages will be on top of the $11 million.
Okay. Wow. Good for them.
Yeah. So here's the story. If you want to check it out, we posted it January of 2018. And I think let me see if I can look it up here real quick. I'll tell you exactly what the title of the segment was called, and I may just grab the link and post it in the links for the story when I post the story. Just throw it in there, so in case you're interested in hearing the hearing the commentary that we had made.
It's called Oberlin College, the home of weak-minded bitches.
That's what it was, exactly. Yep.
So there we go.
Oberlin College, the home of weak-minded bitches.
Nice title.
Yeah. Well, I feel that we have a voice, so we need to make it as sharp as possible.
Of course.
A Lorain County jury on Friday awarded the owners of Gibson's Bakery more than $11 million from Oberlin College in finding that the college inflicted emotional distress, interfered with business relationships, and libeled the family-owned bakery in downtown Oberlin.
Good.
The jury also found that Meredith Raimondo, the college's vice president and the dean of students, libeled the family and the business. All the Gibsons ever wanted was for the truth to come out, Lee Plakis, lead attorney for the Gibson family, said afterward. All they ever asked for from the beginning from Oberlin College was to use its power and influence and might to tell the truth, and that the letter never came, but the jury sent that letter that was louder and more visible and more public. I think that the Gibson family is grateful for that, and grateful that the jury have the courage to be able to send a letter that no one else would send for the last almost 3 years. The jury ruled for Alan W. Gibson and his son David Gibson, as well as the bakery itself, awarding $5.8 million for David and $3 million for Alan and $2.2 million for the bakery.
Nice.
The jury found in favor of David Gibson on both counts of libel against the college and Raimondo. The jurors blamed only the college for intentional infliction of emotional distress to David Gibson, clearing Raimondo on that count. The jurors ruled in the same manner for the libel and infliction of emotional stress involving Alan Gibson.
Now here's the question. Will these people be stubborn and stay there, or will they take their fat checks and fucking put a sign that says na 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 on the door and leave?
Well, the thing is I don't even know if they're still open.
Oh, they closed because of this?
Well, it destroyed their business.
Okay.
So I don't even know if they're still open, so I don't know that answer.
What's the name of the business?
Gibson. It's called, what is it called? It's Gibson Bakery in Oberlin.
Maps. Go to Google Maps. That's probably not a good way. It's closed right now, but opens tomorrow at 7 a.m. They're still there.
Well, I didn't know if they were still in business or not, but I heard that this nonsense just about crippled them.
Yeah, I'm sure it did, but hey, good for them.
Yep. The attorneys for Oberlin College and Scott Wargo, Oberlin College Director of Communications, declined to comment after the verdict. The members of the Oberlin College Alumni Association did receive an email from Danica Thomas, Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary of Oberlin College. The email obtained by the Chronicle updated members on the verdict. We are disappointed with the verdict and regret that the jury did not agree with the clear evidence that our team presented. Neither Oberlin College nor Dean Meredith Raimondo defamed a local business or its owners, and they never endorsed statements made by others. That's because they sent out a college newsletter saying all that shit.
Yeah, apparently you're wrong on that assessment.
The college and Dr. Raimondo worked to ensure the students' freedom of speech was protected and that the student demonstrations were safe and lawful, and they attempted to help the plaintiffs repair any harm caused by the students' protest. Werner thanked this jury for its attention and dedication during the trial. Werner said that the letter that our team will review the jury's verdict and determine how to move forward. In Wednesday's closing remarks, Polakis said that the world would be watching the result of the trial, which would decide what institutions like Oberlin College would do. Owen Rarick, another attorney representing the bakery, said that the verdict sent a powerful message to the rest of the outside world. I think part of what we did here today is answer the question as to what are we going to tolerate in our society, he said. We're hopeful that this is a sign that not only Oberlin College, but in the future, powerful institutions will hesitate before trying to crush the little guy.
Yeah. Well, that's the big message here is the message that should be received loud and clear is if it doesn't involve your college, stay the fuck out of it. Why were they involved?
Well, here's the lawsuit.
All right.
Gibson's Bakery sued the college in Raimondo in 2017 after a 2016 shoplifting incident at the bakery devolved into protests and racial allegations.
Mm-hmm.
So they busted these kids for stealing, and it was, well, you're only doing that because I'm black.
Yeah, but my question is, why would the college have anything to say about that?
Well, because they're a liberal college, and again, it's just like, well, you're being oppressive. You're oppressing our students. They weren't doing nothing.
Shouldn't matter. It's none of their fucking business.
Well, they got involved.
And now they're going to pay for it.
Yep.
They should have minded their own fucking business. Unless they were stealing textbooks out of the school store, shut the fuck up.
I agree. A student tried to buy alcohol with a fake ID and shoplift from Alan Gibson, David Gibson's son. Alan Gibson followed the student out of the store, and the two got into a physical altercation. Two other students got involved, and the police have said that they arrived. The three students were hitting Alan Gibson while he was on the ground. Alan Gibson is white, and the students are black. The three students pleaded guilty in August of 2017 to a misdemeanor charges and read statements into the record acknowledging that Alan Gibson was within his right to detain the shoplifters and that his actions were not racially motivated.
Right, okay.
But in the 2 days immediately after the shoplifting incident, Oberlin College students protested in front of the bakery and passed out flyers urging people to boycott the bakery, alleging that the bakery has a history of racial profiling.
Mm-hmm.
Oberlin College stopped ordering from the bakery after the protest, but resumed in January 2017. The college once again stopped ordering from Gibson's after the lawsuit was filed in November of 2017.
Okay.
Moving forward, David Gibson said Friday he was thankful that his family can put the stress behind them and look forward to the future. I don't want to be afraid to even work there anymore. I just want this to send the message so that we can enjoy our community and the business that we've had for all these generations. Alan Gibson agreed with his son, adding that he'd like for the business and the family to return to the same form of normalcy. People were too scared to come in. It's hard to believe it could get that way in a small town. In May testimony during the trial, David Gibson said the protest devastated the bakery's revenue, which forced staffing cuts. The bakery went from 10 to 12 employees, with 6 to 7 of whom were full-time, to 6 to 7 employees, and only one working full-time.
Wow.
This also included several family members working without pay. David Gibson and Alan Gibson told the court that they haven't collected pay since the protest occurred, nor have David's wife's son and grandson. David Gibson's brother, who lives in Canton, works 40 to 60 hours a week at the bakery without pay.
Oof.
The amount of money the Gibsons received was about $2 million short of the $13 million Polakis asked the jury to award before the verdict. The jurors may award the family more than that in a punitive phase when the jury can consider what commonly is known as the punishment and damages, which begins on Tuesday.
I love that. I love it.
I do too.
It's about time somebody fights fucking back. You know, I love, maybe now people, maybe these businesses, these corporations will be a little less quick to fucking side with the minority.
Yeah. Fucking racist.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you might want to know your information before you jump in. And better yet, you might want to just mind your own fucking business.
What? You stopped those black kids from stealing from your store?
Yeah, I did.
You're a racist.
Good. I hope they take 33 million racist dollars. I hope they take every fucking penny they can out of Oberlin.
I do too.
Every fucking cent. Good. I like this story a lot.
Did you ever see the movie The New Guy?
The New Guy? No.
Yeah, where this kid who was always beat up in his school because he was a nerdy kid, he changed schools and he became the cool guy.
No, I haven't seen it.
You didn't see that movie?
No.
And what's that black comedian? The comedian who wrecked that expensive car a couple years ago. What's
Tracy Morgan?
No, it wasn't him.
Kevin Hart?
No.
I don't know. Comedian that wrecked a car. Cat Williams?
No.
I'm just naming black comedians. I don't know.
I'm looking up the movie.
All right.
The New Guy, 2002.
Jesus, 2002.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny movie. It was who was in this movie? Eddie Griffin.
Oh, Eddie Griffin. Okay.
Yeah. So he's teaching him how to be kind of a badass. And there's one scene where he's teaching him to go, "Who's the bitch now?" That's the sound clip I wish I had for this story. Who's the bitch now?
It's funny.
So good for them. I'm glad that bakery won.
Yeah. Suck it, Oberlin.
Yeah. When I ran across that story, I remember I was just like, holy shit, we did that story.
Well, you remember everything.
Of course.
I would have never, if I would have seen that in the news, which me watching news, that's funny. But, if I would have seen that in the news, I would have never remembered that we covered it.
Right.
I barely remembered we covered it when you read the story.
Right.
You're reading it back to me, and then it sort of kicked in, but I didn't remember all the details at all.
Who's the bitch now? Who's the bitch now?
There you go.
Actually, Cool Mo D was in that movie.
Cool Mo D.
Cool Mo D.
My goodness.
I know.
Now you're going old school there. Cool Mo D.
Yeah, from the Wild Wild West.
Yep.
Wild Wild West. So who's the bitch now, Oberlin? You weak-minded bitches.
Right.
So I got a kick out of that when I read that. I was just like, yes! I loved it.